guys, welcome to the latest podcast of YarninBlak. So I've got a great mate on mine, Jerri. I'll introduce you to him in a second. But first I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that I'm currently calling in from. I'm here in Balwyn Q on the land of the Wurundjeri people, and I'd like to pay respect to their elders past, present, and the young people that are coming through. They're going to be the future warriors. They're going to lead culture into our future. But today I've got a mate of mine on, Jerri. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
So for people that don't know you, who are you, where you're from?
My name's Jerri. I am Tiwi and Torres Strait, so my family's from all over, honestly. But I was born, obviously, in Melbourne, of course. Nearly all my life I've been living here. I went up to Tiwi Islands a few years ago, met some family, so pretty much that's, yeah, pretty much where I'm from and everything. But yeah, of course. At the moment, I'm living at, obviously, Mullum, of course. But yeah, besides that, yeah, pretty much going up here. So yeah, I've been in Melbourne nearly my whole life. So yeah.
Yeah. Now, I met you, though, on the Tiwi Islands.
Yes, correct.
Yes, where I was doing some work up at one of the schools. What was it like going to school up in the Tiwis?
Honestly, I've never before that. I think I've never been to like a boarding school, so it was very different to what I was used to. I used to go to like public schools, and I've never that environment was very different. It's like very remote, very like community. A lot of culture. A lot of stuff I wasn't aware of. So yeah, it was very very interesting. A lot of things. I'm very privileged. I feel like when I went up there, they don't have as much as we do. So I don't know.
Yeah. I remember taking some students up there, and they were quite shocked. One, about how remote it really was.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Right, because it is off land. To get there, you have to go by plane, or you can go by water.
Fly over or by ferry, or yeah.
Yeah, so it is very, very isolating over there.
Oh yeah, very isolated for sure.
I do remember meeting you there, but I will say you looked very alone. You did stand out there because you were probably the lightest coloured Tiwi Islander in the whole school.
Man, obviously, yeah. It was. I mean, I don't know. I felt like some of the other teachers were like, some of them were white fellas as well. Some of them were like mob family. So I don't know. At first I was very lonely. Didn't have many friends. But then after a while, I feel like I started to make friends and met family, and I don't know. I really stopped. But I get what you mean. But yeah, I did. I think I did stand out a little bit. I think for sure. For sure.
Yeah. And I remember a couple of the other kids coming up to me after I did a speech in language, and it really kind of highlighted the fact that we all come in different colours and different shapes and sizes, and we shouldn't really be judging people by skin colour to start off with. And I think that was quite a shock for them to actually realise that even I was Aboriginal as well. So I remember that.
Like, I started saying like Indigenous words like Yidaki and like all that stuff, like Kimby, all that. I was like throwing out the Aboriginal. They're like, oh shit, like, and before that, I'd grown up with like learning my culture and doing traditional dances. So they were surprised, like the knowledge again coming from a white looking fellow, right? I'm like, no, I know where I'm from. I know where my mob's from. I know my family. I know. Inside myself, I know who I am. So, like, for them, I guess, what's this white fella doing? Like, no, I'm not a white fella. I'm just different, different from you guys, just.
Yeah. Now, I was trying to think, was that 10 years ago? 9 years ago?
Was 20, I think it was 2018. Because, yeah, I was 17, so yeah, 2018.
Wow, that was a good 8 years ago now. Wow, and I'm really quite proud of the man that you turned out to be. I want to say that.
I didn't let that defined me. So yeah, I wouldn't go back up there again, but it was an eye opener, pretty much, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So you've spent your whole life basically with mob. What do you like about working and being in mob?
honestly, it's hearing from like elders and people that are older. People who actually been around for a very long time. So I don't know. I feel like they've got a lot of knowledge, and I want to pass that on, of course. And that's what I like about it. And I don't know, some of the younger folk, like people that are in primary school and stuff like that. That's what I'm a very community people person. I don't know. I feel like the people is where I really shine. I think. Other than that,
Yeah. Do you have any Aboriginal role models that you look up to?
people like Baker Boy, Chris Hume, people like that. Kutcher. I don't know if you've probably met Uncle Kutcher. He's inspiration.
Pretty awesome.
Inspiration for sure.
Yeah. So, did you finish year 12?
Yes. After I came back down here, in 2019 I graduated at Lilydale TAFE in Box Hill. Yeah.
Yep. So, what did you do? What did you do after graduating? What?
I obviously COVID hit, but after that, I think I did a few years after that. I did a youth leadership program where we were taught and shown how to organize like events or plan like external trips to like bounce, for instance, or how to deal with someone who's not very strong on their cultural knowledge and all that stuff. And I was basically a volunteer for that for like a year or two almost. So yeah, pretty much that's what I was doing. Obviously looking for work and all that, but no, I really liked doing the youth leadership program.
Yeah.
I don't know, teaching those younger fellas what I was taught was awesome, honestly.
Yeah. Question I've got to ask you is, if a young person wants to find out more about culture but doesn't know anything at all and said, hey Jerry, I want to find out more about my culture, where should I start? What would you recommend to them?
Honestly, reach out to I don't know, people in communities, or I'd say, I know this person, I could show you to them, and they could go through with you on where you're from, all that stuff. So I'd say I'd try and reference other people. I'd say go to an older person, someone who has connections basically in the Aboriginal space. I think it's more knowledgeable than I am. I don't get me wrong, I'm pretty knowledgeable myself, but I don't. Everyone's different, right? And
we don't know everything.
Exactly, my point, and that's why I'm seek out someone that's more knowledgeable than I am. That's what pretty much I would do. I'd be like, oh, see, this person helped me, so they could probably help you, pretty much.
Yeah. Now, you just got into a music program. Tell us a little bit about your music program. What are you doing? What are the subjects? What's the outcomes of the course?
So it's a university, of course. Now there's a few. There's music theory. There's performance classes. There's choir. There's higher education. There's creative tech. There's also other avenues, music business, all that stuff. But that's not the stuff I'm doing. But the stuff I mentioned was creative tech. That's probably going to be my major. So that's dealing with microphones, recording equipment, mixers, basically all the technology to do with music, and learning all those skills so I don't have to pay someone else to do that for me,
Yeah. So your job's to make other people on the stage look good.
But no, I want to be able to
perform as well.
Yeah, perform, do my
Yep.
own stuff, lighting, all that
Yep.
stuff, my own productions, all that. Like, be self-efficient and do all that myself to make myself look good, not just
Other people. Yeah, cool. Awesome. So do you play any instruments?
keyboard. But at the moment, I'm mainly singing. I need to get
Okay.
back to keyboard and piano. That's what I used to do.
Yeah. And are you in a band or anything that people can go and see you in?
Yeah, I'm in a band at the moment called the Coolies. We haven't really like done other gigs. Our first gig actually is in April on
Yeah.
the 29th. So now hopefully we get some traction there and start doing gigs at like bars and nights out and stuff like that. And yeah, it would be good to do gigs outside of school, Would be
Yeah,
really
that
cool.
that would be good. That would be good. And the band you're in at the moment, is it very big? How many people?
5. Actually, she literally formed it like almost a few weeks ago, and she asked me to be one of the singers for it. So it was really cool.
Well, that's something I didn't know. That's something I didn't know about that you could sing.
Oh yes, I used to do like school choir and all that. See, I don't, I haven't sung in front of people in a while, but this year, I've been doing that more, which is good. Performing in the student lounge and all that. Yeah, it's been really fun actually.
Yeah. So when you're not doing all this, what other things does Jerry like doing?
Honestly, I'd like to start dancing again and stuff. And I will admit I do play video games,
Yeah.
as we all do. But no, I feel like if I'm not trying to study or practice at home, I'm drawing or playing video games or talking to people. It does. Honestly, I do a bunch of stuff. Honestly, collect stuff, all that.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I don't just do one thing. I'm doing multiple things. And
Yeah. What do you like collecting?
pop vinyls. I don't know. It could be anything. Honestly, cards, hats, mask, anything.
Yeah.
Anything you can really think of in that sense. I think.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I collect a few things. I collect autographs, Batman cards, and Star Wars stuff. And if we just have a look on the wall behind me, we've got some autographs up there. Right, now I've got thousands of autographs, but they're just some ones on the wall. And if I go around this way, you'll actually start to see some of my collection on the walls over there.
Yep. I think I have to grab dinner though, AJ. I might have to mute myself. Hold on.
Yeah. So I know that the thing about collecting stuff is actually quite fun, and and you'll always be collecting stuff because you're never going to get the final thing because they keep making more things, if that makes sense. So what's some of the stuff that you collect?
Some of the stuff I collect is like these little pop figurines here.
Oh,
like,
awesome.
Spider-Man and stuff like that, and like Star Wars stuff as well. Pretty much like my favorite games and all that. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. What is your favorite game?
It was like the 2018 Spider-Man game by Insomniac, one of my favorites, honestly.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's like Final Fantasy or like any like crazy game like that. Honestly, games like that. I don't know. I like creative. I like survival games, all that stuff.
Yeah. Music. I was going to go back to music for a second. What is your favorite? What's your favorite genre of music?
I would say like hip hop, R&B, stuff like that. Stuff I used to dance to.
Yeah.
As you probably know, I was in an Indigenous hip hop crew with Mullum.
Yes, that I knew.
For 6 years.
Yeah.
From 2013 to 2019, I believe.
Yeah. And
Obviously when I left.
yeah. And what's the? I know that you, as I said before, you've been. What people may not realise is you've been in community for a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
And people might look at you and go, you're very young, but I would actually go, I know that you've grown up with mob
Oh
around
yeah,
you all the time.
oh yeah, absolutely. I was like, yeah, young kid. Now I'm, almost. I hate to say it, almost 30, of course, but
Yeah,
yeah,
well, you're still doing pretty good for nearly 30, I'll tell you that.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
getting close. But, I'm only mid 20s. I'm still young, honestly. So
you are. There's still plenty of life out there for you. The question, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
honestly, on stage, performing in front of a couple hundred people, a stadium full, going traveling all over, doing shows internationally, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully having my own record label, my own merch line, all that stuff. That's pretty much my goals, honestly.
Awesome. And I think, look, by you doing this course, you're learning what other people would normally, you'd pay other people to do. But even if you paid other people to do it because you become, say, if you become too big, at least you know what their job is.
Yeah, I know what their titles are, and I know what their roles are, and I'm not, taking them for granted or trying to screw them over. I know the industry is very competitive in that sense, but no, I want to understand what they're doing before I, hire them to do their job. Someone who I'll always hire someone that does their job better than I do. So I
Yeah.
respect that. People.
Do you have a Grammy speech already written?
That is a good question. I think because I'm going to be pretty anonymous, I'm going to be like, Daft Punk is a very inspiration for me because they were very anonymous, very like helmets, and that's kind of what
Okay.
be anonymous and all that stuff. So I don't know if I would have a speech per se. I don't know. It's a good question.
That's all right. Like you'd have Sia who had her hair covering her face,
stuff like that. Yeah,
right? So we wouldn't know that it was Jerri. So you could take it off. You could take off your mask and then go out in society and back to mob, and no one would know that was you.
No, who I am. Exactly. Yeah. See, that's my premise, and keep people
Ah.
guessing. It's not about what I look like. It's my, it's how my sound and if you can relate and all that stuff. I don't. My image, my self-image doesn't matter.
Hey, do you write your own music?
Oh, fucking oath I do. Of course.
Yeah.
No, 100%
Yeah.
I do.
And do you write your own songs as well?
Yes, but at the moment, I'm co-writing a song at the moment with a very lovely person I met at the campus. He's a really good pianist, and he plays drums as well. And he actually helped me with the melody, and because the song didn't have life, but he gave it life. He gave it a melody. He gave it a beat. All we need to do is complete that structure, obviously, of a song. No, my writing process is, I don't know, a lot of people thought my writing process was very, very, very unique and very, out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. What I used to do, I used to write creative stories and then use those creative stories to write a song or, like a 10-page paragraph of, whatever, right? And I would pull out a sentence, make it turn into a song, or turn into a little jingle, or whatever I do, right? But I don't know. People found that fascinating, and I'm like, I don't do that anymore. But the song I'm writing now is from a personal experience I had, what I went through, and stuff like that. So it's very personal, very emotional, for sure.
Yeah. I think that some of my best writing that I ever did was I used to write poems. And I used to write poems when I was a kid. And I've still got a lot of those poems. And it's really interesting when I read them to go, ooh, what was I thinking? What was I feeling at the time I wrote them?
Yes, great stories.
Yeah, and I wasn't a very good person at expressing how I was feeling verbally, but I could actually write it down really well, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can do it verbally, and I can write it. I can do both, right? Not to I can have an ego or whatever, but no, I feel like if I tell someone, I can be very vulnerable. I think, and I was very vulnerable when I was telling him about my experience and what I went through and what inspired the song, pretty much, honestly.
Yeah. So 10 years time, you're going to be winning those awards. I can tell you, and having and appearing in, as I said, the Rod Laver Arena will have you booked out.
Yeah, well, that's what I hope.
The MCG. I want it somewhere bigger than the Forum. Okay, so somewhere. Well, even the Forum's a good start. Don't worry, the Forum's a good start. You can always get bigger and bigger, but never forget me when you're actually too big of a star, and I come and try to find you to get your autograph, and you look at me going,
AJ, you know, I'll visit you, AJ. If you want, I'll do a personal visit. Do not, I have to come in and be like, you know, what's up? I did it. You know, I made it. You know, thank you for, you know, giving me that push as well. I need that push from people to go, just bloody do it. Just stop, you know. And I'm glad I made that push this year, and I'm like, I'm fucking this year. This is the year, because like hopefully by the end of the year I'll have my song out and then release it next year, and then that's pretty much it's my debut song. It's my first song. It's the first song I want to put out and distribute and promote it and do a music video for it and have people come on talk about it and all that stuff.
Does the song have a name yet, or too early to tell anything?
It's called Broken Bridge. It's called
Broken Bridge. Awesome. Well, we'll look forward to hearing that. I'm just watching the time, and I know that we don't have a lot more time, so I've only got a couple of questions left. And one is that when you're writing, how do you get yourself into that headspace?
Honestly, I have to block everything out. I have to and also I bounce off people sometimes as well. So when I was sitting in the room with the other artist, he was just giving me ideas, and we were just bouncing off. And I get into a state where I'm like, if I can write something, or he inspires me to write something different, or I go, no, this doesn't sound right. So I guess I have to get into this state where everything does not matter, but this moment here, while I'm writing, while we're here, I don't know, if I work like that, I can be like, I've got a million ideas I can write down, and that's what really inspires me, I think. Honestly.
Yeah. What would you like people to walk away with from our yarn this evening?
Honestly, you can do it as well. If I could fucking make that push, I think other people can too. If, like, something you want to do, that person you want to thank, or that person you want to talk to, or that job you wanted to go for, I pretty much, there's something that you wanted to do, you go for it. Honestly, because it's not gonna come to you if you do nothing, right? It's not gonna fall into your lap. Not always, anyway.
Yeah.
My experience. So pretty much, honestly, man, strive for that fucking thing you want to go for. That's what I'm doing. So, I mean, I'm sure other people can do it too.
I think that's really great advice. And look, and I want to say, like, on camera, how proud I am of you, how much I've seen you grow, how much you do for Mob, the fact that you're often always there, that people can actually come up and talk to you, that you are a really nice, caring human being. And I just want to put that on camera, that, you know, I love what you're doing, and please follow your dreams.
Well, yeah, fucking oath. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So look, I want to say thank you for hanging with me today. Guys, thanks to you, Jerri, for having a bit of yarn with us, and we might even get Jerri back on once the single comes out. How's that?
I'd be down to come back in a year's time. I don't mind, honestly.
Yeah.
Whenever you can
awesome.
come back, absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome, guys. So I'll see you at the next podcast.